Well, the 170th meeting all-time between the Griffins and the Milwaukee Admirals will be played here tonight at Van Andel Arena, and we break it down with our game day preview brought to you by Michigan First Credit Union. Well, the Griffins have faced the Admirals more than any other opponent in team history, and they get them 2 more times this week as they host them tonight, and then the 2 teams will play in Milwaukee on Friday, all part of a huge 3-game week for Grand Rapids, which will conclude here Saturday against Rockford. How big is this week? Well, just take a look at the Central Division standings, where there are 5 teams in a logjam vying for the final 3 playoff spots. At least that's the way it shapes up right now anyway. In the Central Division standings, only, a handful of points and percentage points separating these teams. So even though we're just past the halfway point of the season, it is not too early to be looking at these games as extremely important.
All the games are really important now, especially games in our division. So, I think it's really important we have a good start tonight and, try and jump on top of these guys. But I think, you look at the standings and we've kind of started to win some games, but we haven't really been making up any ground. So, these are the games we're going to have to win if we want to start leapfrogging these teams.
Griffins are 9-2-0-1 in their last 12 games. There are only 2 losses in regulation during that stretch, really attributed to outstanding and borderline incredible goaltending performances. Back on January 6th, Casimir Kaskasuo shut the Griffins out with a 32-save effort, 2-0 in Chicago. And then just this past Saturday, Jonas Korpisalo of Cleveland was spectacular as he kicked away everything but one in backstopping the Monsters to a 2-1 win over the Griffins. So the moral of this story is it's going to take a goaltender to stand on his head to beat the Griffins these days.
Yeah, definitely. The 2 games we dropped, we ran into some hot goaltending. So it's you don't get too rattled over those losses. It happens in hockey, and I think if we keep playing like we are, I think we're going to fly up the standings quickly.
Speaking of hot goaltenders, both Tom McCullum and Jared Coro have excelled of late. In fact, Coro is 7-1-1 in his last 9 starts with a sparkling 1.97 goals against average.
Ever since that Chicago game where we lost 6-3 here, it's motivated him and he got back on track. And I think it goes for everyone in that particular Calder Cup team. It was almost like Calder Cup hangover. Everyone's kind of got past that. And in the last 11 games, obviously being 9-2, and for him going up to Detroit, even when Howie was a little bit banged up there, I think that was a little bit of motivation for him, and he saw just how the guys perform, and he wants to get back up to that level.
So Coro will start tonight for the Griffins, who are now 19-17, 1-4 on the season. They will be without Dominic Turgeon, who, as many of you know, made his National Hockey League debut recently, became the 167th Griffin to play in the NHL when he debuted with the Wings on Sunday in Chicago. The Griffins calling up both Zach Nastasiuk and Luke Esposito from Toledo. Both might be in the lineup. At least one of them will be. Both might be for the Griffins tonight against Milwaukee, a team they are 4-0-1 against, and the Admirals are really good again this season. They sit right now at 20-14-4. Enjoy the game, everybody. Friday night we'll be in Milwaukee. Broadcast time on Wood Radio at 7:35. Back home Saturday against Rockford, and then, of course, the Great Skate Winterfest also this coming weekend. Thanks for joining us. Our game day preview, again, is brought to you by Michigan First Credit Union.